In 1988, Richard Quick became the head coach for men and women for the USA at the Olympic Games in Seoul, Korea. A year ago around this time, I sent a letter to all the gentlemen at the table, inviting them and telling them that this reunion was going to occur since we had a new member of the club, and asking for their participation. Predictably, the first response I got was a very enthusiastic phone call from my friend Richard Quick saying, "Yes, I'll be there." That was typical. Richard cherished anything that had to do with the red, white, and blue. It would leave us incomplete without hearing from Richard tonight.
Well, I think swimming is just a fabulous sport. You know, there's so many values to it. No one tells you that you have to sit on the bench. If you swim fast enough and you improve, you're going to get in the game. Nobody makes a judgment on that. And so I think it's a wonderful sport in that respect. It's up to you. What you put into it, you can get out of this sport. I have been blessed and honored to be a part of 6 United States Olympic teams, and they are all special opportunities in life. But it's difficult to qualify Olympic thrills, because anytime you have the honor of representing the United States in international competition and helping an athlete compete at that level, it's a tremendous experience. I've worked with so many great athletes that have represented the United States so well in the Olympic Games and just done some great, great things. And it's just an honor to be associated with those people that have competed at the highest level and put what was good for their team and their country, even above their own individual efforts, has been just a thrill. I've always had a firm belief system that this sport is all for the athlete. So it ought to be athlete-driven. It ought to be, the governance of the sport ought to be centered on what is best for the athlete first and foremost. And I would even suggest we start every meeting by saying, is this the very best thing for the athlete? And then at the end of the meeting, you evaluate the value of the meeting, the success of the meeting, based on, did you meet the goal? Is this the best thing for the athlete? And if we keep that in mind, then our sport's going to be healthy for a very long time. You know, most people sell themselves a little bit short of their full potential. And I really believe that the major role of the coach is to expand the vision of possibility for an athlete with regard to athletic accomplishment and with regard to the role that striving for high-level athletic accomplishment can play in their lives later on. The role of the administration in the governance of our sport is to not get too bogged down in the governance of the sport, and to remember that this sport is about young people and their dreams as athletes, and to continue to try to grow that dream into the future of their lives, where, in my opinion, the value of sport really comes out. My advice to a young coach is to be coaching for the right reason. And that means that you want to coach the athletes that you're involved with so that they are having a wonderful experience, so they are growing as human beings during the process of being coached by you as a coach, and that you are growing young people for the future and helping them mature as individuals, and using sport is the vehicle to do that. I'd like to be remembered for the fact that athletes had a great experience working with us, striving for high-level goals, and during that process they're learning about themselves, learning about how the world functions, that can help them be more productive, help them be better citizens, better husbands and wives and fathers, and mothers, and that kind of thing, so that the world is a better place because they participated in swimming and had a great experience doing it.
Richard was selected to the National Swimming Hall of Fame in the year 2000, also won the USA Swimming Award in 1988. Rest in peace, Richard. You're in our hearts, you're in our minds forever.